BadSecretMedia.com.
We should hate Bad Secret Media.
Gamers, welcome to the Secret Levels podcast. On this week, we assemble
the Avengers.
I'm player one, Toby.
I am player two, Goobs.
America still needs your help.
And we do a weekly retro video game review show where we talk about some of the best and some of the worst video games of all times.
We rage about it and we give it a rating from 1 to 10 because we're what, Toby?
Simple folk.
Simple at best.
And we are also part of the Somebody's Network, where there's a bunch of great shows a part of the network. Go check out the Somebodies on Instagram and Twitter at Somebody's Net. Check out some of the shows.
Yeah, tons of different spices for every kind of flavor you're flavoring. That's a Rickyism right there for you Trailer Park Boys fans.
So, let's get away from Canada and let's talk about America.
Fuck you, I can't.
You're going to talk about American things.
Oh, yeah, 'cause I'm American this episode. Big text here.
Captains of Americans.
The captains of Americans and their Avengers.
So this week we are talking about Captain America and the Avengers.
On the SNES. Or the SNES.
Now you're playing with power, superpower.
So, you want me to just jump right into the details on this video game?
Yeah, let's get right into the deeds, man. The deed sheet.
So this game was released on Super Nintendo in 1993. It was developed by Data East and Real Time Associates for the Super Nintendo version. It was published by Data East and Mindscape for the Super Nintendo again. It was originally released on the arcade, and then it was ported over to the NES in 1991. And then there was a Sega Genesis version in 1992. Then Super Nintendo and Game Gear came out in 93. The Game Boy version came out in 94.
So it was a game that kept on giving, man.
Yeah, this game, let's see, what is that?
Holy Hawkeye.
For 3 years, this game just kept coming out.
And they kept on getting worse and worse.
So the version that we played was a Super Nintendo, and it is a 2-player beat 'em up. Now, there's very little story to this game. Do you want me to tell you that little story?
Well, I don't know how many issues of Marvel Comics you're going to read, man.
None, because I'd much rather read some comics with this pitiful story.
Sweet, I'm in. It's time for Story Time with Toby.
The Avengers.
So the Red Skull is trying to conquer the world. He can't do it alone, though. Not with Earth's mightiest heroes around every corner. So Red Skull makes a machine to mind control some of the most evil villains to help him carry out his plans. Captain America assembles the best heroes to stop them.
I use that term loosely. It's not like he's assembling a whole squad. He's got a quartet. Himself and 3 others.
I think the rest of the Avengers must have been on vacation, and this is the leftovers.
Or dealing with, like, another criminal.
Yeah. So this game should take you about 2 hours to beat, but Speedrun.com has a record set by Lexifer at 34 minutes and 16 seconds. Now, they were using an emulator, so I don't know if that needs like a little asterisk or not.
Well, I was playing it on my Super Nintendo Classic and seemed to play fine for me, and fucking hard as balls.
Well, I was just they made a little note that it was an emulator on the website, so that's why I brought it up. But there's only
not
two
on the actual hard cartridge.
Right. There's only 2 speedrun records for it, so I mean,
we can make it, Toby.
We could make it. We certainly could. I don't want to try, but we could.
One day, folks, we're going to be calling ourselves speedrunners. Beat this game in 4 hours and 45 minutes on the boards.
So, you want to jump into some gameplay on this?
Yes, let's get into the gameplay. Well, first I wanted to talk about, because you mentioned it came out in the arcade.
Right.
So that's where my memory of this game came from. Which is a far superior version of this game. Because I used to go to the arcade with my grandma. I mentioned that before. She's take me on Saturday afternoons. We go eat lunch in the big food court there in the mall. This is back in the 80s where you could smoke cigarettes, or early 90s. Sorry, because this game came out in 91. So she sit there, smoke cigarettes, give me a pocket full of quarters, and off you go. So you don't got to worry about fucking shit at that time. Kids, they'll be fine. Just go out. And, just play this game constantly. And it's nice when, like, someone else comes up around your age, you start playing the game together and just eating all the quarters your grandma gave you. So that's what this game will do to you. But that's my memory of this game. I played every weekend pretty much for, like, at least 3 to 4 months.
Well, this game was also 4-player on the arcade.
Yes,
correct?
It sure was.
And that's
just like the Turtles game. You go up, you pick your character, you stand at that joystick, and that's yours, man. You just go.
Or you could have said the great X-Men, the arcade game.
Oh, I like the 6-player cabinet on that one.
Yeah. But anyways,
I think it was a 6-player cabinet.
Yeah, they did have a version that had 6 players.
Yeah, 3 screens.
Yeah, something crazy like that. Badass. Anyways, this game, the Super Nintendo version, has the same 4 characters, but is not anything like the arcade version.
Same basic setup, but the graphics are very much dumbed down, as they should be, because it's going from an arcade to a Super Nintendo port, but still has some of the voice acting in it.
Yeah, but...
America needs your help!
Well, I've got a lot of issues with sound in a little while. We'll get to it, though. We'll get to it. So, like I said, you start out with 4 characters. You get to pick one between Captain America, Hawkeye, Iron Man, and Vision. And I do want to make a note.
Hawkeye could use some vision, because sometimes those shots do not hit.
Well, I want to make a note that this is really before, like, Iron Man was as popular as he is today. So these are like the B tier Avengers in my opinion.
Not lower. Like Hawkeye became more badass recently than he got that new haircut and everything, right?
I haven't been keeping up with comics, if that's what you're talking about.
It's in the end game, in the trailer, he has a sweet ass haircut.
Oh, I haven't. I've tried to avoid all trailers.
Spoiler, he has a haircut.
Thanks for screwing me now. So this is your basic beat 'em up kind of game. You move with the D-pad. B makes you jump. Y makes you punch or pick up objects or enemies. And then if you press Y, you'll throw it again. A is your special weapon. Depending on which character you pick, you might throw a shield if you're Captain America, shoot a laser if you're Iron Man, shoot an arrow if you're Hawkeye. You get it.
Or shoot Vision if you're Vision.
Yeah.
He pretty much shoots a laser.
Yeah, he shoots a laser. He shoots his vision.
Or Psychic Blast or whatever the hell. Maybe he's Mewtwo. Mewtwo, you Psychic Blast! Stole that from you, Zinger, you bastard.
So if you press forward and press Y...
I wonder if Vision is Riku's favorite character in Marvel Universe.
Oh, yeah.
That's an inside joke, and he'll get it. I love you, buddy.
So if you push forward and use one of the attacks, you'll do a special dash attack. You can also jump an attack with either Y or A If you jump while pressing Y, you'll do a kick or a punch. If you jump while pressing A, you'll use your weapon. But if you hold B to jump to your highest point and then press Y, you'll do a better range airstrike.
Throw it on an angle.
Yeah, which it took me a while to figure that out, but that's one of the most helpful things you can do is jump at the highest peak and then use the attack button.
See, one thing that upset me about the running forward and using your there's punch, like Captain America would throw up a shield, and you think that it would block bullets, but it doesn't. It doesn't do anything. It's just that little thing would make me so much happy.
Well, that's one of the gripes I'm going to have with this game is the buttons are so basic. You're basically using 3...
Yes, there's 6 buttons on a fucking controller. Use them.
Yeah, there's only 3 different buttons that you use. They could have put in a block. They could have put in a dash. I don't know.
I would have loved the fucking block button. But in the arcade game, I guess this is a port, so it has the 3 buttons on there. That's how the arcade game was. But if you're making, Sega, same thing, 3 buttons. But if you're making a port to a system that has 6, change it up a bit. Do something.
Yeah, you could have added something, but I don't know how the limitations
2 years later.
would be. Yeah. Well, but still, they're limited due to the hardware. So who knows? Maybe we're just bitching and it was just not possible. But you would think
we want
there's
more
a lot
out
of
of our superhero games. God damn it! Wait till we play an LJN X-Men, man. Fuck.
Oh God. Well, on this game, your health is at the top left corner, and there's a picture of your character. You start out with 100 health points. And there's also a C on the other side of your picture that stands for continues, I think.
Yes.
Which is weird because it's your lives. It's not the continues, it's how many lives you have.
Yeah, no, they got that totally ass backwards.
Yeah, it's weird. But in the options, you can change with how many continues you start with. I highly recommend that you go start with a max of 5.
Yeah, pro tip, do that.
You don't want to start out with the 3 that it gives you because you are going to use all these lives. I guarantee it.
And then some.
And you messaged me and told me hey, just so you know, this game starts out on easy. That's easy mode that we're starting on, which I had already tried to go put it on easy, and I was like, son of a bitch. This game starts you out on easy. There's 3 different difficulties that you can play.
Easy, medium, and hard-boiled.
Yeah.
Because that's what your blood temperature is going to be if you try that shit. We're seasoned gamers here. We know our shit. We know how to play beat-em-ups. This one was thoroughly, way harder than anything else. I don't know if it was, the hitboxes of the characters or what the fuck was going on with this, but I could not connect shit on my first playthrough. I'm like, okay, what's going on? I try to go pick up a piece of litter on the ground and throw it at someone, miss completely. I'm like, oh, that was fucking pointless. I'm not doing that anymore. It's like you're a garbage man, pretty much.
I do think there is something to that about the hitboxes being wonky. Now, the easy, medium, and hard, I did try to play it on hard, and I didn't really notice a difference.
Oh, okay.
I think that's just there for looks. Maybe you have to hit the enemies a few extra times or something, but I didn't notice anything. But I only played most of the first stage on hard, and I was like, I don't know. I don't see what's different. It's still hard as balls.
I normally enjoy hard games around here. Give us a challenge. But we did not expect that going into a beat 'em up, because most beat 'em ups they start off easy and get progressively hard as it goes. Especially if you have 3 lives and 5 continues. This game just gives you 5 continues, which are your lives.
Yeah. I don't know. Well, I've got a lot of issues with this game, Goobs. I really do.
Why don't you sit down on my couch? Counselor Goobs.
Yeah. So let's talk about some of the common enemies that you have to fight through this game. Because what the problem with this game is that it shouldn't be as hard as it is. It's just totally unfair because of the common enemies that you have to fight. The most common enemies that you're going to find are the blue armored guys who only punch you, the red armored guys who jump and shoot at you at the same time.
Oh, the guys who stick their hand out at you to try to jerk you off.
Yeah, the yellow armored guys, they I don't know if it's a grappling gun, but they grab you.
And they shock you, kind of like the mousetrap or the mousers back in the Ninja Turtles game.
Right. And then you have these big, like, giant robot things that, like, charge at you and, like, bear hug you.
They have shields. They're the ones with the shields, too.
Yeah, there's the enemies with the shield.
But you can just punch right through the shield and kill them anyways. It makes no sense.
Yeah, but you can't shoot your weapon at them. That's the only thing that shield blocks for them. And then there's, like, a giant frog thing that comes after you.
There's guys that fly around in ships.
Yeah, but that's all.
But they don't change up the color scheme, really, on the characters, which I was kind of disappointed in.
That's a big problem. Every one of these levels, I can't remember how many scenes there are. Is it 4 or 5 scenes?
It's 5, I believe.
So 5 scenes, the whole 2 hours that you're playing this game, you're seeing the exact same bad guys over and over, no color swaps or anything, because their colors mean the same things always.
The guys with the shields color swap from, I think, blue
Yellow
to orange or whatever.
Yeah, I don't remember either, but they do have, that's the only ones that get some kind of swap. But there's not very many other enemies. Those are the ones you're going to be dealing with through this entire game.
Besides, like, the multiple mini-bosses you gotta take on.
Yeah, there's a ton of mini-bosses in this game.
Before we get to them, I want to talk about the weapons that you get to use as your characters again.
Okay.
The range on them, the 3 guys that actually have ranged projectiles, like Hawkeye, Iron Man, and Vision, they don't totally clear the screen, but Captain America sure does. So I always picked with Captain America because he can, like, actually clear from one side to another.
Well, and I always pick Captain America because his shield will come back to you. So if you miss them with the first throw, it comes back to you and it might actually hit the enemies when it comes back. The other ones, they just shoot one single projectile.
It seemed like the delay on that was much more than the shield. Like, you fire one, you wait a bit, fire another. That's what I found, at least. Captain America can kind of just, like, bam, 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 bam.
Yeah, he's probably your safest bet to play as in this game.
The game is named after him. You don't want to...
I was about to say...
It's like your brother you don't really like. Well, you can be Vision.
Let's go over the... it's mini bosses and boss battles. It's just a bunch of characters from the comic books. You wanna tell us about them, Goobs?
I'll go through the character list quickly in no particular order. You already know the 4 main people in the game, so let's go through the villains. Got Crossbones in there, great mainstay. Got the Grim Reaper. Watch out for that guy. Juggernaut is in this game. You wouldn't recognize him, but he's definitely in one of the later levels.
He's freaking yellow.
He is fucking yellow. It's kind of pissing me off of that, actually. The Claw. He's a Dutch scientist. Go watch out for him. He's from Black Panther. They could have been Black Panther in this game.
Oh yeah, that'd been cool.
The Living Laser.
Yep.
I bet he's great at disco parties. He can shoot lasers at the disco balls and make it really fucking fun. You got the Submariner. He shows up and helps you out, gives you a little thing to put on. He doesn't put a thing on you. He just tells you, hey, they're down in the water. And you jump in your little gear and go swimming.
Yep.
Quicksilver will come down and drop you off like a shield or something to help your health out.
Yeah, it's like a blue disc and it'll help your health.
Now, I thought it was a food plate. Like, in the fancy dinners, they come out with the silverware. That's what I always thought it was.
Well, in the manual, it actually says that it helps with your time, which it gives you more health.
Yes,
anyways.
So that does help with your time, because not dying is a good time. I got the Mandarin in there. The Red Skull, of course. That fucking Nazi bastard.
Yep.
Ultron, he's in there. I love when you're fighting these characters and you get their life bars on the bottom. It shows their face. When you hit them, their face goes from normal to
I'm so glad you noticed that, because that was one of the redeeming things about this game, is that they had that one little sprite animation where it showed their normal face and then their pain face.
It's like they just credit carded themselves while skateboarding. You got the Wasp. She comes and helps you out in one of the flying levels.
Yeah, I didn't understand what she did exactly.
No, I don't know what she did either. She just kind of floated around, got in my way. Whirlwind is the first main bad guy in the game. He flies around. The arcade version is so much cooler because there's garbage on the ground. He'll go and suck the garbage up and throw it at you. This one, cool. You don't get no debris.
Damn it.
Wizard, he's in there, and Wonder Man. There's also a Sentinel you gotta fight as well.
Yeah,
and I'm sure I missed out on some of the characters, but that's just the list I got, so...
Right.
It is what it is.
In the manual, they actually call the Sentinel Mammoth Robot. So I don't know if maybe they couldn't use X-Men stuff. And maybe that's why Juggernaut's yellow, now that I'm thinking about it.
Yeah. That's definitely a Sentinel you're fighting.
Yeah,
with his laser
for
nipples.
Sure. And his floating hand that comes out of nowhere.
Oh, yeah. There's a lot of hand things. Like the one guy, I don't know what his name was, he shoots a hand at you and grabs you and fucking jerks you around for a bit. It's like, come on, man. Ain't no wiener.
So you brought up the flying level and the underwater level.
I do enjoy that about this game.
Ooh, see, I was very disappointed.
See, I love like shooters.
Parts. I like shoot 'em ups, but these were terrible. Now, I'm gotta give it a little credit. We always give it a little credit when they try to change something up in the game. But every middle of the level, like the scene, every middle of the scene, you did either a flying or underwater level. And so if your character doesn't fly like, Iron Man and Vision fly, so Hawkeye and Cap, they can't fly, so they get in like a little motorcycle plane thing, or whatever it is.
A little airship.
And basically you have to shoot stuff that's coming at you. It's just weak. It's just weak. All the way through that whole section, I just dreaded doing those because they were just boring.
That was one of the redeeming factors of this game for myself.
I appreciated that there was something different to do in this game besides the terrible beat 'em up style of this game.
This is also coming from the guy who hated dropping off presents to kids in Days Before Christmas.
Yeah. Fuck those kids.
You said it, I didn't.
Did you get a chance to try out the 2-player mode?
No, I haven't, but I did try out the 4-player mode back in 1991.
Well, on the title screen, there's a 2-player mode at the very bottom. It's training mode is what it says. Training mode.
Oh, yes. No, I didn't try out training mode. I just jumped right into it. It's
basically one-on-one with 2-player.
Oh, kind of like the Double Dragon back in the day, the versus mode.
It's exactly like the Double Dragon, and it's terrible, exactly like the Double Dragon one. Because you've got 2 or 3 moves. There's nothing that you can do that the other person can't do.
There's nothing special or different about you. Everyone has a shoot attack. Everyone can do exactly the same thing.
Right. The only thing I could think of is if you're Captain America, you're going to win because you can hit them with the shield going towards or coming back.
Hit them from the front and the back.
Yeah.
Captain America's like a porn star.
But that's the only thing I could think of that would be different on the training mode. Other than that, it's there. It's there for sure.
You go through the levels. Every level's pretty like the background changes, but it's all the same thing pretty much.
It's
like we love beat 'em ups around here. This was a try on the patience, let me tell you.
Yeah, this was a really, really basic beat 'em up. There was nothing special about this game. And speaking of nothing special, the freaking music.
Hey, some of the later levels, I did enjoy the music.
No, there was...
Skull's level, man, that music's banging.
I noticed that most of the bosses I don't think had like a boss theme. It was just the same music that was playing throughout the entire level. And it's just really, really repetitive. Like, it didn't even change when you would go to that middle part of each level where you're flying or whatever. It was the same tone through the entire level. So I think there couldn't be more than like 6 or 7 different songs on this game.
I did like the songs of the last 2 levels. I'm not gonna lie. Up to that, it was very droning because you played those levels a lot.
Yeah, and they're really long levels. I mean, like you said, there's there's 4 or 5 scenes through this whole game, and it takes you 2 hours.
Yeah, an hour or two.
Yeah, hour and a half, 2 hours, whatever. But that's a long time for 5 levels, And then the sound effects. Oh, dear God. What happened to the sound effects?
The ones in the arcade game were amazing.
Where are they? They're not even... There's a lot of sound effects that are just fucking flat-ass missing. Like, I got to Ultron, and I was like, oh, cool, a new sound effect. Like, when he does the lightning stuff around him. I was like, it makes, like, I can't remember what the noise is, but it makes a different noise. And I was like, oh, a different noise. But then, like, when he turns into, like, the little fireball of energy, there's no noise. There's nothing. He just moves. And it's like that with all the characters.
Yeah,
all the
Whirlwind's the same way.
There's no, like, noise or anything. It's just... You might as well have been playing the game on mute, to be honest. It was garbage.
That's why after my 3rd playthrough, I'm like, yeah, I'm going to turn on some music because I've heard all I need to hear.
Well, and then on top of that, like... There wasn't the satisfying punching noise. Like, Streets of Rage has that... Yeah, it has that real satisfying, like, punches, and you really
punching
feel like...
and and you hear the bad guys die.
Yeah.
Nothing better than hearing the last voice of, like, the person you just killed. Sound very, very stalkerish and murderous of me. I honestly promise you I'm a nice person.
Well, it's missing, like, the punch noises, too. Like, psh, 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 like, it's... I don't know. It just sounds bland. And then most of the characters that do have a dying noise or, like, a hurt noise, it all sounds almost the same. I think there's only, like, 3 different samples for sound effects.
Hey, just like the colors for the characters.
Well, even the heroes have the same samples of or whatever it is.
But you can choose a new character if you die.
Yeah, that is...
So it technically does make it a continue.
I guess so.
So they decided to make this game hard as balls.
Every time you do die, you get to scan through the pictures and pick one of the other heroes, or you can pick the same one if you want. So that's...
This is what we get from an arcade port. They just want your quarters, man.
Man, they did... Someone needed to tell Data East, like, hey, dude, this is going to home consoles. You're not getting any extra quarters for this. Tone it down a little. Make it a little easier.
We're selling this for $80. Kids need to buy it. Nope. Fuck you guys. We're Data East. Hey, Toby, man, I got this lucky quarter here, man. This is going to make you win the game.
Okay,
here you
cool.
go.
Yeah.
Oh, shit. Oh, God. It just went down the sewer drain.
Oh,
shit.
Jesus.
Shit.
That's
fuck.
a lucky quarter.
Fuck. Yes, it's the luckiest quarter of all. Do you have a crowbar?
Yeah, here is my lucky crowbar, actually.
Oh, it's copper plated. Fucking decent. Yep. I'll be right back, man.
Okay.
I got it open. I'll be right back. I got the quarter. Here, catch, Toby. Oh, shit. Strong shit, current.
Oh, Jesus. I got the quarter, but he just got washed away. I don't know what the sewer's doing here and as we record, but this quarter's got some junk on it. I'm going to wipe it off. Just wipe this crud off this quarter. Hope Goobs makes it back in just a second. But let me just wipe this quarter off.
Hello there, Toby.
The Goobs Genie.
I see you're all alone the way I like it.
How the hell are you doing?
I'm doing freaking splendidly awesome.
Oh. Well, you can't make, like, wishes to have Goobs come back. He just got swept down the sewer, can you?
Who is Goobs? I'm just a genie.
Never mind. So, Goobs, do you know any good cheats for this really terrible Captain America and the Avengers game?
Not really, unless you have a game genie. I like to call them the Goobs genies.
Oh, okay.
This game is very, very weak on the power of cheat.
Oh. So, do you have something for me?
I got a little something for you.
Okay.
If you want to start this game with 750 energy instead of only 100, plug in your game into the Game Genie and put it into your SNES, 'cause I'm finessed like that, and type in 74GTAECJ, and you'll have all the power you will need to get to the whirlwind. That kind of looks like a Goobs Genie, because I am green, not blue. Sorry I can't give you something they have to use without the help of the Goobs Genie or the Game Genie, but it is what it is. I usually like to have the input codes there right for you, but there's no luck today.
Well, that's okay, Goobs Genie. I really...
It's a sad day in Genie Land.
I really appreciate
I'm crying blue tears.
Yeah, well... get back in this quarter.
No, I want to hug you first.
No hug. In the quarter.
I really love you. Give me a hug.
No. Goobs, hey.
Toilet paper in my mouth.
Yeah, that's the sewer and all.
Do you have some Banaka?
No, I'm actually all out.
You fucking bastard.
But I do got the lucky quarter.
Oh, sweet. Why is there a picture of me with a genie hat on it?
How about we talk about some fun facts?
Yeah, let's get the fun facts, Toby.
So, Goobs, speaking of quarters and lucky quarters, let's play everyone's favorite game show. How much does this cost? So, Goobs, we are talking American dollars. Okay?
I'm gonna go the most I ever spent on this game in a day. $17.
Okay, so this is loose, no box, just the cartridge. You're saying $17 for the Super Nintendo version.
Yes.
You were pretty close. $13.
It's not bad. Not bad.
I wouldn't pay $13 for this game, though.
It looks good in your collection.
It looks good.
The cover art's awesome.
Yeah, the cover art is pretty good. I like the cover art. But if you were going to buy this game, CIB, closed in box. That means you have the original box, the manual, and the game. How much do you think that game goes for?
Let's go for $31.21.
Damn, you went exact change and everything.
But
you're wrong. You're wrong.
It's fine.
$56 complete in box.
That's quite a jump from loose to complete.
Yeah, I don't understand. Maybe it has to do with the box art. I don't know.
It is a sweet box.
It is a sweet box.
We do love sweet boxes around here at Secret Levels.
We do like our sweet boxes.
Sweet boxes.
Okay,
Groovy.
so I don't really have a bunch of fun facts for this game.
Let's spoil Endgame.
Yeah. So I do got a couple of
Hawkeye kills Thanos.
There you go.
Just leave that in there just in case I'm right.
So the NES version is more of a platformer than the one that we actually played, and Captain America and Hawkeye are the only two that are playable. The rest of the team, yeah, the rest of the team has been kidnapped by, I can't even remember who the villain is in that game, but it's not Red Skull. So you have to rescue Iron Man and Vision. So
you get to play them after you rescue them?
No, that's the end of the game.
Yeah.
Yep.
There you go. Saved you guys some time.
The Sega Genesis version handles a little better than the Super Nintendo version, from what I understand, but it's missing those super sweet picture cutscenes, and it just has like still text. It doesn't.
I like
even have
those cutscenes.
No, those are lame as hell.
You're lame.
Stupid little pictures. So, like I said, I don't have many fun facts on the game, but since we're talking Captain America and the Avengers, I've got some Captain America and the Avengers fun facts. Captain America first appeared in Captain America Comics #1 in March 1941 and was created by Joe Simon and Jack Kirby. And apparently, I think this issue is the one that showed Cap punching Adolf Hitler in his Nazi face.
That's awesome. Ripken has that hung up on his wall. He has a massive poster of it. It's amazing.
Oh, that's very cool. I think this issue also sold over 1 million copies, which is super impressive for 1941, if that's correct.
Well, everyone hated Hitler and loved America. Rightfully so.
Well, you say that, but Joe Simon said when the first issue came out that they got a lot of threatening letters and hate mail because
Hitler's on it?
Well, some people kind of opposed what Cap stood for. So, yeah, I don't know. There was some mixed feelings about it. And it was right before we actually got into World War II that this came out. So, like a year. Anyways, the Avengers team was created by Stan Lee and Jack Kirby, and the team's first appearance was the Avengers #1 in September 1963.
Fuck, that is so long ago.
Yeah, and Captain America was actually brought into the Avengers in issue #4, where he was found to be frozen in suspended animation, just like the Captain America, just like the movies. You know, he was frozen in the ice.
He has a great first name as well.
Steve Rogers.
I wouldn't know anything about that.
Nope. No. I only know Goobs, so I don't know what you're referring to. But
most friends will know.
But that's really all I got for fun facts on this game.
That's fine. I'm sure you're going to make up some time here, because it's time to fucking rage, Toby.
Oh, come on!
So, this is the part of this show that I've been waiting for.
I'm going to go first, so you can have the spotlight.
Right. Well, this is where we're going to do a 1 to 10 rating on how pissed off this game makes us. And we're just going to unleash on everything. So, Goobs, go ahead and take the wheel.
Well, I did have fond memories of this game, and those memories are tarnished. Because I had one hell of a fucking time playing this game through. I did pretty much almost beat it. I want to touch on one thing, too. The character after you beat Red Skull looks like a fucking Titan from Attack on Titan. Just like a big naked man that you're fighting, shooting lasers at you.
Mecha Red Skull?
Yes, it looks like a big naked man.
It does.
It looks like Attack on Titan is fighting you, and I kind of appreciated that. I'm like, oh shit, it's Captain America versus Attack on Titan. But yes, no, it was a grueling event to get that far in this game. It took away years off my life. It is absolutely repetitive as all fuck, and I'm giving this game a 7 on the rage meter.
Oh, okay.
It's a high one up there for me, 7.5. I'm raising it to 0.5 right now before I even talk anymore. The music is droning in the beginning, gets a little better near the end. I appreciate that. It's probably because I haven't seen those levels as often as I saw the first levels. I am talking very fast right now because I am very frustrated at the thoughts and memories of this game that are being tarnished right now. My memories are very, very much, we're happy. Like playing in a field with a goat. But now that goat has been slaughtered and put on an altar of pain for the Red Skull, because that's how this game made me feel.
That was metal.
Yeah, it was metal as fuck. Just like Vision at a rock concert. Can't see shit. But yeah, the sprite's not changing. Every beat-em-up game changes the sprites. Same character, you know the trope. You get the same character every level, but they change the color and make them a bit harder. And you get new ones coming in. This game doesn't really do that, and it's kind of very irritating, because you're like, where's the new color? You're like, Ninja Turtles, those fucking foot soldiers change colors and have different powers and everything throughout every level. Appreciate that. Streets of Rage, same fucking thing. Every great beat 'em up, Captain Commando, same thing. I think it's called Captain Commando on Super Nintendo. We gotta play that one game. That game is amazing.
I've never played it.
I actually have that on cartridge.
Nice.
You get to play a baby in a mech suit. It's amazing. And a mummy.
Well, now we need to play it.
Yeah, no, definitely. I'll have to touch Super Baseball Man one day, too. But, those are far superior beat-em-ups compared to this. And the power-ups you get to pick up off the ground, sometimes when you're in the flying level, it's a little dot. It looks like a fucking star in the sky. But nope, that's your life. If you miss that, you're kind of fucked. And when you're picking up stuff off the ground, doesn't really do much. Pick up a barrel, miss a guy completely because you cannot hit him because of those fucking hitboxes. And yeah, no, that's my rage. I'm going to send it off to you, Toby. You add on to the rage. Let's throw it on the fire.
Ooh, 8.5.
Okay, raise it up 1. I appreciate that.
Okay, I had to write a list of stuff as I was playing the game because I was getting so fucking frustrated. First off, the items don't do shit like you said, and they're very few and far between because each level is empty as hell. There's nothing really to look at. There's nothing to grab for weapons. The few that are there are stupid. Level 2, if you haven't played this game before, starts you out in the most impossible way because you've got these guys jumping and shooting lasers at you and you cannot escape.
And a shield guy in there as well.
And they just destroy you. And the flying levels lasted way too long. I didn't like them to begin with, but they lasted way too long in my opinion. The animation is lazy. The Sentinel in level 2, it just waved its left arm up and down, and then a magical second left hand would appear and grab you or whatever it did to you.
That was the one to hold on to his robot cock, Toby.
Oh, man. It just magically come out of nowhere, but the other hand just moved up and down. Like, it was terrible. It was just lazy animation on a lot of stuff. The sound effects sucked. It sounded like the same sound effect. Everyone had the same pain sound effect.
It did have some voiceovers, though.
There was some voiceovers, but they mostly used the same 3 or 4. The moves are too basic. Even for a beat-em-up, they're way too basic. There's no satisfying noise when you hit an enemy. Most of the time, you can't even tell if you're making contact with them because they don't like flash sometimes when you hit them. The game has...
See, in the arcade one, you get the biff, boom, like when you hit them, and like that really makes up for it.
Well, you get that in this game, and I was about to say, this game has more word sound effects than it actually has sound effects in it, because you get a lot more different words. At the end of each stage, it's a boring green and black text that says, stage complete. Like, it just flashes up. There's no, like, cool music or anything. It's just stage complete. It just pauses the screen, and that's it. Has boring cutscene pictures, and you can get stun locked to where you can't move, and the enemies can just keep hitting you and just screw you over. And like we said, the hit detection is kind of wonky. If enemies basically stand like on top of you or like right next to you, you can't hit them, but they can still hit you. It's fucking stupid. So 8.5 rage meter. Ooh.
It's time to take a chill pill, man.
I hope you have some, because I'm going to need it, because I'm not real happy with this game.
I can't send them down to you, because that's illegal, but you can come up here and have some.
So now we're going to give this game a rating on 1 to 10 of how we felt. Was this game worth playing?
Imagine what you're going to give it.
Is this game worth playing today? If it is, we'll give it a 10. If it's not, we'll give it a 1. So, Goobs, do you want me to go first, or do you want to go first?
I'm going to go first before you give whatever the fuck you're going to give it. I'm going to go straight down the middle, but a little lower. 4.5.
Okay.
It doesn't really... We've already complained about this for the past 10 minutes. Or maybe the past 40. Either way, like, the graphics aren't that bad on this. It's classic Super Nintendo beat 'em up, but it's just the difficulty factor jumps right onto the start. It's absolutely brutal from the get-go. You get 3-to-1 battle, and the enemies take like way more than one hit to handle. And if you miss them with the shitty hitboxes, you're fucked. So yeah, all my gripes from Rage, same with Toby's, or what the reason is for this 4. There's did I say 4.5 or 4?
You said 4.5 a second ago. I didn't know if you were
4.5. I'll keep it at the 4.5.
Okay.
I don't know, there's not really much left to say about this game. There's nothing Like, the music in the later levels is redeemable, and the flying levels, I enjoyed those, and underwater levels, that's what made me give it a 4.5. But my memories, as I said before, are tarnished, so I much enjoyed the arcade version way more than this. Maybe I'll have to go try the Sega version and see how that compares.
It's like you had a taste of fine wine, and then you drank sewage water.
Like no, it was fine wine, and then you took a sip, and then, like, your friend came in, and you had still a full glass. So he drank all of it, but he felt bad about it, so he pissed in it. And put, like, a little bit of, like, food coloring, so it was red again, and then you drank that. That's kind of what it is.
That's comparing the arcade to this version for you, is... okay,
yeah,
so...
piss wine.
It's piss wine. This game is equivalent to piss wine. So... I'm comparing this game to our Power Rangers, the movie, the game for Sega Genesis review, okay? Because there's a lot of similarities, I feel like.
Yeah, no, totally. You hit that head on, man.
Now, on that game, I think we gave it a 6. I know I gave it a 6 back then. But there was some redeemable qualities about it that I really liked. This game, however, I'm giving a 4. Because it could have been the same level of that game, but this just had a lot of bad things. I hated the music.
Maybe we're just old bitter dicks at this point, but...
No, I think the Power Rangers game was pretty decent. You know, that's why it got a 6. Like, it was still playable. This game is playable, just not for good reasons. So, I hated the music. There was no variety in enemies. It seemed like the levels dragged on and on and on. It had a really slow pace. The enemies were repetitive. The flying levels were... I think they're lame. They were pretty lame and they were uninteresting. The boss designs were decent. I like the boss designs, except freaking Yellow Juggernaut. The sprites looked really nice for being a Super Nintendo game. Crossbones was way too hard compared to the Red Skull, and Mecha Red Skull, actually. 2-player mode is stupid. It shouldn't even be on there. They could have saved whatever memory
you can play 2 players during the normal game as well, can't you?
Well, I mean the training mode.
Yes.
Yeah. The buttons are really basic, and the they should have had like the ultra attack to where it would drain health or something, or you could get refills and do something, a big move to like clear all kind of attack. The health was hard to come by. The story has no substance. It's just a bad game. It's playable, but it's a bad game. I don't know. I think it's playable because it's got characters that you like. They've got a lot of variety on the boss characters. It's like they just threw this together in no time. So I gave it a 4. You gave it a 4.5. We're giving it a
4.25.
4.25. That is as good as this game is going to be.
I wanted to be higher. Like, he asked me what game he wanted to pick. I'm like, well, Endgame's coming out. Let's do a fucking Avengers game. And I had fond memories of this, so...
Hey, I was excited about this game because I'd never really played it. So I was really looking forward to it, and it was just
If you guys have a different opinion, feel free to talk to us on social media and let us know if you liked and or shitted on this game like we did.
Yeah, I really wanted this to be a good game because I'm a big comic book fan, and it just didn't stack up.
If this game was a comic book, it wouldn't be worthy to wipe my ass with it.
Finish him.
Okay, Goobs, so we've assembled, we gave a score, now it's time to disassemble and...
Johnny 5?
Do not disassemble Johnny 5. No.
Us locals kick your ass. Us locals kick your face. Us locals kick your balls into outer space. How dare you mention Johnny 5 and I'm not saying that?
Oh, I love Short Circuit. Anyways, let's talk about our other shows. In fact, you derailed us, so you tell us about
derailing. You can go check out the Derailers podcast at the Derailers on fucking Twitter, because that's where we are. You can find us on all major podcasting platforms, because we're absolutely everywhere. And it's my wonderful wife, Jenny B, my best friend, Ripkin, and myself. We jump on a train, running off the tracks every single week, and it's a lot of fun. You jump on, you might learn some things, you might not learn some things and lose your memory because your train ride is so insane, you may just get memory loss. Who knows? Jump on the train and find out. You can go check out Derailed Wrestling on YouTube. It's spelled exactly as it sounds. And me and Rib can sit down, make a whole bunch of characters on wrestling, 2K19, the WWE version. Make a roster up. We fucking throw them in the squared circle of pain. Do commentary, which is decent at best, and we have a lot of fun doing so. And there's a lot of somebodies on that roster as well. Go check that show out. Toby, what do you have up your pipe?
Well, you always put it like that and word it real funny. You can follow me on Twitter at Toby Von Doom. Where can they find you, Goobs?
I'm Goobs at GoobsWN.
And then I also am a part of the Secret Transmission podcast, where we take a satire look at all things weird and conspiracy and cryptozoology and UFOs and other spooky stuff. You can find us on all the major podcasting platforms. You can follow us on Twitter and Instagram at Secret Transpod. But
Dun, dun, dun.
Let me tell you about the secret levels.
How do you get that sweet wall meat?
Well, first off, you need to follow us on the social media on Twitter and Instagram at Secret Levels Pod. We have a Facebook page that you can, just go like it. But what you want to do is join our Facebook group called Secret Levels Group, which it should be called Secret Levels Wall Meet. Huh?
Yeah, that might be changed.
Oh, man. I don't know if I can change it. Anyways, we'll figure that out. Secret Wall Meet. And then we also have a Discord group, which I have a link posted in the description of this episode.
Yeah, tons of great people in that as well.
Yep. So if you don't like Facebook, you can join in on all the fun that's happening.
You can reach us pretty much anywhere. Send us a DM. You can fucking jump on Discord, Facebook. You can get us absolutely everywhere.
Yep.
We're very personable people.
Yeah, we try to be anyways.
If you want us to be even more personable, and I'll throw this out there again, if you want to get on the show, no, I won't do that.
I told you you'd feel guilty.
But if you want to support the show even further, you can go to www.tpublic.com/users/secret-levels. Excuse me. Jesus, I got some secret wall meat in my mouth. Tastes delicious, wild turkey.
Yum.
You can go there, get some wonderfully designed t-shirts by the best person I know to design t-shirts, Toby, and put them on your wonderfully best designed chest for the best man I know, Keanu Reeves, a.k.a. Jesus. That's a Derailers joke in there as well. People will get it. But, yeah, go check out our t-shirts, and if you like the design, feel free to purchase one. You don't have to. And you can also go and rate us 1 to 5 stars on wherever the fuck you listen to us on.
Yeah, we'd appreciate some ratings, because that makes us look like we're loved.
Yeah, and we love some reviews too, so feel free to do either one of those 3. Because t-shirts are one thing, stars and ratings and reviews are a totally other thing. We like feeling appreciated, folks. Or do we? Maybe I like to be demasculated sometimes. Hello there, fellow Avengers. Captain America here speaking. We have a major mission going on right now. Red Skull is attacking America and putting everyone under mind control rays. Yes, mind control rays. I need to see a raise of hands of who's here today. I'm going to go through the roster right now, so you let me know if you're here or not. Do we have Thor in the house today? Is Thor here?
Cap, I don't think Thor's here.
Okay, absent. Go down the list. Black Widow.
Cap, she's not here either.
God damn it, I missed her curves. Hulk, are you here, you big green lovable bastard?
Mr. America, Hulk's
It's
not
Captain
here.
America.
Mr. Captain America, Hulk's not here.
The Black Panther. Wakanda Forever, are you here?
Sir, he's not present as well.
Ant-Man. He may be hard to see, but I know he's definitely here. He's had my back before.
I don't think Ant-Man's here either.
Well, I guess the fucking Wasp ain't here either. Captain America's about to lose his patience. Captain America is upset.
Mr. Captain America, sir?
Yes. Who are you exactly?
I'm actually Hawkeye.
And you're the only one here.
It appears to be so, sir.
That's very upsetting.
I'm sorry.
Well, I guess I need you to come along with me to help save the Earth and America on this mission.
Okay. So, do I need to fill out any paperwork?
No, none is needed. What is your power?
I don't actually have a power per se. I shoot arrows. I'm really good with a bow and arrow.
Fucking bow and arrow. Yeah, that's so special.
I'm pretty good. I mean, hawk eye. I mean, I've got a pretty good eye.
Yeah, it looks kind of cross-eyed. I should call you cockeye. Okay, come along, Bucky. I guess you're all I got.
No, I'm Hawkeye, sir.
Fuck, America's doomed. Game over, folks.